In Massachusetts right now, there's a bill to completely further restrict the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment wasn't created for the elites to go hunting. That's what they want to say. No, the Second Amendment was created for us working people to defend ourselves from the government, from the state, from the Brahmins, from the swarm. That's why the Second Amendment was created. And in my view, my Department of Defense is going to make sure every American is trained to use weapons, has weapons, their kids are trained, everyone's trained, so we can defend ourselves from the government. That is what the Second Amendment was created for. And we should get out of all of these wars and ensure that we protect the borders of each country. I should protect my borders. You guys should protect your borders. But true Department of Defense will make sure the people can defend themselves. That's why the founders of the United States created the Second Amendment. And by the way, when everyone is fully armed, no one around with people in communities. It's not like working people are going to kill themselves. What they have done is they've armed the gangsters and the criminals, and they've armed the state, and they've disarmed the working people. This is not right, because when working people want to rise up, they'll actually unleash the thugs upon us. All the thugs and the mafia and all these people, they have weapons. So it's very, very important. This is why all great revolutions always encourage freedom of speech and the Second Amendment. And you know a revolution's going the wrong way when they start disarming people. That's when you know it's becoming authoritarian. My defense policy would go to local policy, which is we need to make sure that by the time a child is 18, they know how to use weapons. Every household should have enough weapons to protect themselves from the government. All right?
Enemies, foreign and domestic. Domestic enemies being right now, the enemies is the government. The way that they've been doing, what they've been doing to the people, mandating these poisonous injections, taking all the money, sending it off for wars in these other places. It's supposed to be a Christian nation that's supposed to be thou shalt not kill, but in the 340 years of America's existence, it's been at war for 320 years. So it's only been 20 years that America hasn't been involved in war. And this is backwards to what they're trying to say, that it's supposed to be a Christian nation where you're supposed to love and honor thy neighbor, not go and steal God from them, their gold, oil, and drugs.
Yeah, I think we need to also distinguish, Jesse, the difference between the American people and the American government. The government is run by the goal of power, profit, control. In fact, they don't even practice capitalism here anymore. It's state capitalism like China does, where a small set of elites circulate between government and big corporations. We have monopoly capitalism, state capitalism, regulatory framework that is afraid of true competition. None of those people on that debate stage want me on that debate stage because I'll destroy them. They don't want real competition. They're pussies, all right? They're not men. They're not women. These people are scared little individuals who do not deserve power, and we must take it from them. And it's our God-given duty to take it from them by building a bottoms-up movement that raises people's consciousness. And when enough people's consciousness is raised, no one will buy their left-right bullshit. Everyone will see through a snake like Vivek, like Trump, like Kennedy, all these people. And that's what we need to do. It's about raising consciousness. Consciousness raising is more powerful than any weapons that you can have, because once you raise one individual's consciousness, you can't bullshit them anymore. So that's what this is about. So our movement for truth, freedom, health is about raising your consciousness. People think it's intuitive to figure out a snake like Vivek or a scumbag like Kennedy. It's not, because the establishment is very clever. They have their obvious establishment and they create this whole crew of scumbags. And you have to almost go to a university to understand this. And that's what Truth, Freedom, Health, it's a university, it's a community. You really start understanding the physics, the science, the engineering, and then you awaken. And it's not for everyone, because people want to remain fat, dumb, and happy. They don't have to learn this. But the people who are tired of being fucked over and over and over every 2 to 4 years. Some guy just sent me a text, oh, what do you think about this guy, Vivek? And I said, you know what? You should come to the university and learn, because every 2 to 4 years, you're going to ask me about another scumbag and another scumbag and another scumbag. And you're going to waste your life because you don't take any action to fundamentally change the dynamics here. So that's what this is about. This is about fundamentally educating people so they don't ask and do stupid things with their lives anymore, following idiots. But that's what the establishment wants. They want people to follow idiots. They want people to get a new Baskin-Robbins flavor of the week and a new politician. And they have a whole variety of these people on the left and right camps to manipulate people. But the reason people do this, Jesse, and the reason many people do not take the course is because that means they're going to have to do something. That means they can't like sit there and make excuses all day. After you take this course and after you understand it, by the way, we've made it accessible to every adult for pennies. And then if you as an adult take this, you can give it away to as many children as you want for absolutely free. But we want the adults to behave like adults, because when you get awakened to these concepts, now you have to get off your butt. You say, wow, I got to go distribute a flyer in my neighborhood. And by the way, just very quickly to mention to everyone, I am running for president. We should talk about that. But it's important to people to understand that my run for president is quite done in a hands-on way. First thing, if you are working and you don't have time, go to shivaforpresident.com and get this bumper sticker. Why is this important? Well, you pay like $5 or less. You get this bumper sticker mailed to you. You put it on the back windshield of your car. 100,000 people per day will see it. Now you don't have to be on social media. You're getting across a very powerful message that one of us, me, is running for president, and our motto is truth, freedom, health. That's one thing. The people who want to take it to the next level, you can go to the same site, Shiva for President, and you can download this wonderful flyer. It's a one-page flyer. You can print it on a color point printer, black and white, and it tells people, educate your neighbors, your friends, your children, people, if you really care. The lesser of two evils is killing our children, which means keeping voting for these two clown establishment is going to ensure that your child is already going to live lower life than you. We are building a movement now, truth, freedom, and health. Our political campaign, Shiva for President, you can put this bumper sticker on the back of your car, and you will do more work that way than by being on social media, which is fully controlled. Okay. So we're about building a movement. The future is offline. We're about destroying this Brahmanical swarm, which pervades the entire world. There's a lot of people say, let's unite. No, there's nothing to unite here with evil. You must divide yourself from evil. It's not about unity. And remember, it's time that we shatter the swarm. And everyone listening today, for God's sake, get off your butts. It's being handed to you on a golden platter in some ways. The education, the knowledge, and whatever way you want to participate, get a flyer, get a bumper sticker, get on the ground, tell your friends, share this video. And by the way, with all the shadow banning, get this out there. Anyway, be the light. Best to you and your family and friends and all your audience. Thank you.